Good morning. Today is Thursday and I woke up forgetting that. I woke up and I absolutely pooed. I was like, what time is it? My alarm hasn't gone off. And I checked the time and it was 11 AM, which is the time my shop is meant to open. And I have to change my bed sheets now. And then it took me a good 5 minutes to realise, oh, hang on, it's my day off. Yeah. Also had a lovely delivery. I don't buy many t-shirts. I hate how, sorry, I'm just trying to pause this video. Hate t-shirts. I hate them because I don't know, I just feel like they're suffocating me. Anything that's like as tight as this choker in a t-shirt is just, oh, it's horrible. And I think as well because I have a very curvy figure, I think as camera doesn't want to focus on me, I just look that good today. I think because I have a very curvy figure, t-shirts do nothing for me. In fact, they do the opposite of anything for me. They take stuff away from me. They make me just look baggy and frumpy and I don't look good and I hate how I feel in them. So I never really buy t-shirts. Whenever you see me, I'm usually wearing like a vest or something like that. But I love like these type of t-shirts, like baggy PJ t-shirts. And I may have saw the best t-shirt design in my life and trying to get it. Can't go. This literally made my day. It was the best thing ever. I loved it. God, I look really red-faced. I look so not great today. So today is a Patreon day and this is what I'm getting done. Hiding the addresses of people because I'm good like that. But I've got 2 cards and 2 prints and letters, and then this one is coming with that one is coming with a comic bundle as well, so I'm getting the comics ready for that. Woo! Anyone who wonders why that one is not the most flattering Polaroid is because my friend gets this, and instead of sending him like a pretty Polaroid, I thought I'd just send him something stupid, which I just took 5 minutes ago because I'm so sexy like that. About to start my podcast in a minute, and I've discovered that I can get away with doing the podcast and doing a bit of jewellery. I may have over-prepared how much I expect to get done in a podcast. All that is, I just like make the jewellery or detach the jewellery or something. But I've got this cute little workstation all set up in the kitchen. Well, I'm just about to start running a bath, and so, because this is some of the best lighting I have in my house, I thought I would talk about something that is the drama that has been today. Basically, during my filming the podcast with John T and Andrew, Geekism Weekly, check that out, I got a message off Jack, who works in my shop, who was running today, that I should be expecting an angry message of customer / ex-customer. Basically, I don't know the full story yet. I only know Jack's side of it, but I also do know Jack to be very mature, super helpful and super polite with customers. He does have a tendency to get a bit emotional at times, which he's even admitted, but overall he is so helpful with customers, it's a joke. Like, I wish I had his dedication of customer service. And basically a customer came in the shop today and said that he was going to buy a game, which he was happy with the price, and then he went to trade some stuff in. Jack sent me a photo of the stuff to be traded in and I gave him a price. Then apparently the guy scoffed and said, I'm not giving my money away, that's terrible. And there was a game called Donkey Kong, was it Donkey Kong? It was a game that we sell for like £8 or £10 because it was just a loose cartridge. Can't remember whether it's 8 or 10, but it's one or the other. And he said that sells on eBay for 20 quid. And we're like, no, it doesn't. Oh, they might do, but that's not what we sell it at. And Jack said, like, well, we don't sell it for that much. You're more than welcome not to trade it in, blah, 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 blah. And the guy continued to slag off my shop and Jack and my prices, saying that I jack everything up by 400%. And Jack just was like, no, Lucy, like, Jack used to be a customer of mine for years and said, I've shopped here for years and I actually find her one of the most fairer priced retro shops online and in the UK that he's been to. And this guy was like, no, started to kick off on Jack, started saying Jack knew nothing, I knew nothing, the shop didn't know nothing, and the shop was going to fail because of that. And just apparently started getting very, very aggressive. And he was like, I've been here for years, I've been coming here for years, I've worked with Lucy for years, which, you know, begs the question why this does if he thinks I jack my prices up so much. And then I can't even remember off the top of my head what had happened. I should have been reading the messages, but basically it got really heated. Jack ended up shouting at him, they ended up shouting at each other. Jack was telling him to leave, the guy was going, oh, what are you gonna do? And it just got awful. His friend, like the guy who was there had a friend. Fortunately, Aaron, who owns the magic shop, heard what was going on, went into the shop and went to Jack's aid, which I am so grateful for, and was asking him to leave as well. And eventually, no game was purchased, no trading happened, just this big fight. And even from only knowing one side of the story, I do feel like Jack let his emotions get the better of him. But at the same time, Jack didn't start it. And when someone is so horrible and rude to you, I'm also not gonna shout at him for defending himself, and me in the store, in all fairness. And at first I didn't know who it was, and I got really angry, and I was like, who is this? Who said this? If he's been dealing with me for years, months, I should know who it is. And I couldn't work out who it was. And then he said something in the conversation that made me go, I know who that is. And I have known him for years. I wouldn't say he's a regular, but I remember him. And this is where it gets complicated. He has been nothing but lovely to me. And then to be slagging me and the shop off and Jack off, I was like, what? Why are you being like this? That's horrible. If you don't, I get people all the time not happy with the trading, because at the end of the day, I'm the middleman. I'm going to sell it for more money. That's what happens. The benefit is you get the money there and then. I have to give a warranty to this item and I have to wait for it to sell. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. There are pros and cons to selling stuff. If you sell it on eBay, you're going to get more money. But then you have to put up with eBay fees, PayPal fees, postage fees. You also have to be held accountable for that item. If I trade in your item, you get less money, but I definitely give you the best price I can personally afford, and you get your money there and then, and you do not have to worry about anything. We then have to sell it. We have to make sure it sells, sell it for the right price, then be really nice to every customer, even if they're rude to us, which obviously, as this doesn't happen all the time. And you know, this is a business, and he kind of acted like we were out of order for buying it in for less than we would sell it. But I also do genuinely believe that he was overreacting, like not overreacting, I genuinely believe he overvalued his own games, which happens a lot. We get people who genuinely, through nostalgia or misinformation, value a game much higher than it's worth. And sometimes purely because of that, they're not happy with the price. Sometimes they need more money, so they're not happy with the price. Sometimes they just genuinely don't think it's a fair price. It happens. You know, you can't please everyone, and I'm never offended when that happens. Sometimes I'm gutted because I really want the game, but it's what happens. Sometimes they're really happy with the price, sometimes they're not. But what I will say is, more times than not, and I mean like for every one time someone goes, oh, I won't trade it in, 4 other people go, I wasn't expecting that much. And I'm like, damn it, could have given them less. But it is, you know, a lot of people do go away happy with their trading prices and some don't. But usually we are both amicable and polite. I respect the fact they want more money. Of course I do. If I was selling something, I'd want the most amount of money. And they also respect the fact I'm a business, and we're still friends afterwards. I'm not, if someone doesn't trade something in, I'm not going to tell them to go themselves, you know? But this man, at the end of the day, got violent towards one of my staff members because he wasn't happy with the price, and he spat his dummy out, started kicking off, and Jack defended us in the store, and then the other guy got irate because of this, and then Jack got irate, and it became almost a physical fight. It was horrible, and I wasn't there, so I don't know what's happened. And I also know that this guy has always been nice to me, so I'm like, bloody hell, like, is he, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm so upset Jack had to go through that. I'm so upset this has happened in my shop, because something like this has never happened in my shop. The closest it's ever come to is I was rude to a customer, and she said she was going to decoupage comics. She was going to cut them up and glue them onto stuff. And she said, you probably won't like this, but this is what I'm doing with the comics. And I went, you're right, I don't like that, and walked off and let Jack continue the sale, because I was just talking to the customer. And later on, as they were leaving, she said, look, I'm really sorry, but I've got to say something. You were quite rude then. We come in quite a lot. They came in regularly, or not even regularly, semi-regularly. And she went, we come in quite a lot, and that was really rude. And it was. The problem is, I let my own opinion. She came in on a bad day. Like, I can't even remember what it was, but I wasn't in the best mood. And I really hate people who cut up perfectly fine comic books, because I'm a collector, and I'm like, oh my God. If she asked me what comics would be worthy of cutting up, I'd show her. Like, I'd show her ones that are reprints or ones that aren't worth anything. But I was like, oh my God, you run the risk of cutting up amazing comics. What are you doing? And I was, and I apologise. I did apologise. Well, look, I'm really sorry. I don't agree with what you're doing, but I didn't mean to be rude. And she kind of went, okay, and walked off. And I do think I lost a customer there, and that is the rudest I've ever been. But it was also the biggest amount of drama that's ever happened in my shop. And it wasn't even that dramatic. It was, I upset her and she upset me, and I said sorry, she didn't say sorry. She didn't have to say sorry. I just don't agree with the hobby she was doing. So yeah, and oh God, I've been talking for 9 minutes about this. It's awful. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go. I'm not happy. It's just a horrible situation. And now, as a business owner of a customer, who the customer is always right, which is not the case at all. And then I want to look after my staff. I might not even hear from him. I haven't heard from him yet. I might never hear from him. But it's a situation as a boss I've never had to go through yet. In game, this happened all the time, but not in level up. So I don't know what to do.